Hello, and welcome to Midnight World's Midnight Mondays on the Compound. I'm your director, Gavin, and tonight's content warnings are blood, butchery, exposure to the elements, being captured, body horror. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Each week, we raise funds to be delivered to Boots on the Ground Direct Aid Networks. This week, we are raising funds to support trans rights in the many states that are working to remove them. Donations and everything they're made tonight will be going towards that cause. And keep in mind that you can influence our story by using your channel points to award boons. Tonight, I am joined by, start with Lucara.
Hey there, I am James Davey, the founder of Gemini RPG and the lead designer of the Midnight World.
And Ung.
I am Phil, or Unstable Dragon, and today I will be playing Ung, the God Speaker.
Jast.
I am Pixie. I will be playing the Hunter Jast today.
Fag.
Hi, I'm Reed, also known as Warrior Streak. Tonight I'm playing Thag, the hunter, or not the hunter, the gatherer. Caveman. Yeah.
And Trassa.
Hello, I'm Raven, also known as Anania Stars. I'll be playing Trassa tonight, the diminutive God Speaker.
And there we go. When last we left our group, they had returned home from a successful hunt of a very strange mastodon, only to find that their tribe had been attacked by what turned out to be other folk, Neanderthals to us, and a cave bear that seemed to walk on its hind legs. They have been tracking their companions over through the mountains and over the tundra, and have finally arrived to where this tribe makes its home, which is in a broken, shattered portion of ice that is cut down into the tundra that they are standing out at. Outside of this, there are two massive trees that have been cut down, and atop them and placed mastodon skulls to sort of mark their territory. Last game, they came upon a outsider named Lucara, who assisted them in an attack by the Neanderthals. And has joined their group. Lucara is in possession of a strange seed that has a small growing tendril, a green tendril that is sticking out of it, and he has let the rest of them know that his goal is to that this seed will bring back the green to the world. And that is where we have left him. They are all heading into this next little area here. I'm going to find the correct place in my notes to start.
Real quick, while you're doing that, I'm having a technical difficulty. I cannot see nor hear Trassa, so I'm going to reload. Hopefully it won't change the overlay.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be right back. James had to.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
This is, just because.
And then it's back. Okay,
Yeah.
We're back. Okay.
Because we are, the show with the most chutzpah. We are live testing this evening. Trassa, can you say something to test for Lucara?
Testing.
Yeah, no, I see and hear you fine now. So
There it goes.
Fun.
So, here we go, everybody. You have you're needing to infiltrate this area for the ice bear, other folk, and the tundra you're standing in front of has given way to these large, shattered, jagged spires of ice. There seems to be a small opening in front of you, sort of leading down, not in a direct path. It's almost like you'll have to sort of climb or step as you go down, but it leads further and further into what seems to be a valley of shattered ice, cut directly into the tundra. Directly ahead of you, you don't see any evidence of anybody, though you know that the trail and the footprints that have led you here have come to this spot.
Other folks say down here.
Mhm.
This is what he said.
So we set ambush like they do.
Mm.
I play.
Guys,
We-
sorry.
Doing it
Um,
live.
Things
Okay.
happen.
So
We
we
did
got-
it live. We
Yay.
are the kind of people that do it live, and this is what that brings you: nonstop, unscripted action. And if it happens again, we'll just switch back to Discord. I mainly wanted to test this out because of the our character sheets are on it, and eventually we'll be able to like show you all roles so people will at home can follow along. But it may have been a terrible mistake. Anyway, we're in the middle of discussing with us setting an ambush by beating on drums.
Woohoo!
We already hit our $25 donation goal, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, every time I join this channel, I immediately donate $25.
Oh, okay, well, we've met our donation goal for the night. So please keep sending. The more we get, the more we can send. We got
Yeah, there you
50s.
go.
Oh my
If you
gosh.
hit $100, I'll take
$50
my
already.
big
Listen, the next technical difficulty, I need everybody else to send $25. Right? We'll send a little bit to roll to fix this issue. But anyway, that's a joke. We won't. I'm not legally obligated to send anything to roll.
So now we
Okay.
have to fight the horde of gremlins, or what?
just
Well,
got-
you are now, yeah. Now we have to figure out what you want to do. You're in the middle of explaining to us on.
Yes. So we set trap. I play drums, lure out. You all beat up.
Yes.
Well,
Here at entry.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
They
Sounds
ambush
good.
us. We ambush them.
What snare trap we set?
Club, spear, axe.
May I?
Are you guessing? Sound like guessing.
May I take a moment to help us prepare?
Yes. I wait. You give signal. I play drums.
Okay, I have to figure out exactly how to do. The first things first. I'm spending a minute. That
Seem hurt. Seem weak.
gives me another distressed eye. Oh no. So the next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to grab Thag's weapon. Actually, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm not taking it. I'm just grabbing the head of Jast's weapon, and I'm asking, when will this make contact with enemy flesh? And I'd like to see if I can get a sort of pulse of information about what's coming.
Down. It senses that you're because you're using Janus's gaze. So Janus's gaze is going to let you see this thing striking specifically the flesh of the being you're after when the sun is at its highest. And it does so. You are surrounded by ice walls that are like, just jagged ice walls, and you're deep inside of them. So it does not feel like it's up here. Additionally, I actually missed this note. This is my apology. You are still dealing with the wind and the kind of snow and ice that I had set up in the previous week that I forgot to mention. But you are, while your spear is keeping you warm, you are dealing with kind of a messy situation up here, low visibility and stuff like that. Down there does offer some protection against that sort of thing, though.
So, Gavin, where about is the sun in the sky right now?
It's probably sitting at roughly a quarter rise.
Okay. So I'm going to turn back to everybody else, and I'm going to sort of motion everybody to put their weapons away. And I'm going to say, the threat is only the thing that we are after, the creature that we came here for. And he waits for us.
So what plan?
I would argue that we should go down there and kill him.
Jest, you chief now.
Yes. We do this, but cover in blood, look weak, so that they think we are not as strong as we are.
I look at all the
Yeah,
saber-toothed claw marks I
Covered
got
in
all over.
blood already.
Yeah, some of you, that's not going to be a difficult thing to.
Hang on. I start smearing my mauled arm all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I simply open my robe enough to see so that she can see my. I'm sorry, they can see my pale, withered physical form and be like, I don't know that that's my primary concern right now.
No, too cold. Put it back on, please. I give you extra food if you put clothes back on.
Like Lucara will kind of look at him and like there's a intense, hungry look in his eyes, and he's whatever like immediately complies.
Food.
I I guess it's what like did Trosta get hurt at all last?
No, Trasa actually sort of stayed in the background and sort of did her thing and just
Provided moral support.
provided a lot of moral support last week. So don't worry about that. You're whatever you're at week 1.
You knew
Okay.
meat shield.
Neither of the short people actually got hit.
Yeah, neither of the short people have been hit. The ones with 8 hit points are still at 8 hit points.
So I look for like I start clearing snow, looking for dirt to like smear on my face and just
Okay. So if everybody's taking a moment to kind of like, I guess you're
dirty
lying
up
here.
good.
Yeah, you're dirtying up good. So
I'm
we're
just-
gonna call.
Commandoing like
Yeah, anyone who wants to
You know,
do so to make
weapon
themselves
systems.
appear weaker than they are may make a intuition plus manipulation with.
How would you call this? What would you call this aptitude?
Covert or larceny.
Okay.
I'm also okay with performance here.
Okay, so you said intuition,
Plus
Manipulation
manipulation.
or performance. Wait, no, that's
No,
that's
yeah,
good.
with the aptitudes of performance or larceny as a deception thing.
Okay, so I got larceny. Cool. Okay.
And I get
Then-
3 minutes is 2 distress die, correct?
Yes. And remember when you roll.
I thought you didn't. I thought it was 1 distress die for every 2 minutes. So
Yeah,
3
but if-
minutes would be 1.
Would be 1. Yeah, it's 1 distress die for 3 minutes, and then when you're at 4, you
Oh,
get 2.
oh, it's 4, that's
Sorry,
more. Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
This is
I
why I was
misheard.
checking, because drowsy.
I misheard. That was
Okay.
my bad.
Let's see. All right, let's see. Oh wow.
Oh, it does
I actually
show.
got a success.
It does show, yeah.
Okay.
What shows?
If you
So if
look
you-
at the left of the screen or where everyone is, it shows the specific like rolls of the dice.
Oh yeah, up on the top here. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's a lot of dice.
If you also open up chat, you'll see the different rolls, even though it adds them all up.
Yeah, it adds them all up too. But
That's
I
pretty
don't know
cool.
if I moved.
yeah, I mean, I trust you, Jest. I don't think you're over there
I
cheating.
just my
so.
dice are shiny. That's why I'm using them.
All right. So if nobody got it, don't like anybody got any catastrophic failures
I just
here.
I got a 1.
So everybody who got at least a success, you are going to definitely make it look like you are worse off than you are. You
I
want
got
to
0 successes.
get a complicated success is that you end up trying to make yourself look worse than you are, but you were already looking pretty bad and somehow made yourself look a little cleaner, and you're embarrassed about that.
I got 3. I don't know.
Three's just a basic success. So anybody going in is definitely going to be able to if you were attempting to bluff anyone in this way going in, you're going to receive bonuses to that. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I mean, I'm already looking pretty bad because I got mauled by Tiger.
Right.
But, you know.
You didn't have to really make yourself look weaker than you already are. You're already in a rough state, but it's just for the rest of the party who is like,
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
smeared a little bit more on my face, and
Yeah, because you're also in a rough spot too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so after this, what is your decision? What are you doing next?
so we climb down.
Yeah. The way down, you feel it's going to be a lot more treacherous than it is. For some reason, it's like the ice that you're standing on is like really tough, almost like it was made for this. As you're heading down, oh no, we lost Trasa.
Looks like she just shut her camera off real quick.
Oh yeah, she did. Okay. Heading down further into the area after. Well, let me get to the. So you make your way down, and after a few, I don't know, a few minutes, a few steps going down, you start to notice these holes in the side of the walls that lead into like little caverns that go deep into the ice shelf on either side. And you don't really notice anything too crazy about them, but the third one you see up on your left, you hear something coming from it, almost like chattering and talking over top of each other, almost an excited, well, not really excited, but just a lot of chatting and talking. And then it sounds like the working of tools, clanging of something against the ice.
Since I understand Neanderthal, am I able to understand what the voices are saying?
You would have to get closer to the cave. Right now, it's just like a whole bunch of voices coming down a long, echoey, like cavern. But if you would like to go there and do that, I would like you to make a, I'm going to call that a intuition plus wit, and roll your language with that.
Okay.
So your aptitude counts
Yep.
here.
All right. So where'd Wit go?
I'd
There
like
it is.
I'd like to go with him. Can I use like my like covert or like larceny skill to like try and quiet my steps as much as possible?
Yes. That's a stealth roll. That's a coordination plus a vigilance roll to make sure that you're not crunching extra or anything else. But that's going to be with larceny on that one. Is anyone else following up with them on this or letting them kind of scout?
I'll scout with them.
Okay. Ung did not move over there quietly. Ung sort of kind of moved over there really quickly to listen. The two of you follow up quietly behind Ung. However, Ung, what did you get on yours?
So I'm going to spend 3 minutes to go ahead and re-roll 3 of those dice.
3 seconds. It's 3 seconds.
3 seconds. That's what I. Yeah. Never mind. Not minutes. Seconds. 1, 2, 3.
That would be rough.
Yeah.
All right, I got 4 successes.
And I'll spend 2 more seconds to re-roll 2 more of them.
Okay. Well, would you
Should I also roll my language?
Yeah, go ahead and do that same roll for language since you're listening to as well. You'll get that like pick up after us. Lucara, what'd you get on your stealth?
On my stealth roll, let me roll it real quick.
Okay. So, how many did you get?
I got one net.
One net success. All right.
Yeah.
So the first thing you realize is that this is not Neanderthal language that you're hearing.
Darn it.
It is actual, but you can't make it out. But it's definitely not your tribe language. It's not your folks' language.
So it's not ours. It's not Neanderthal.
It's another folk speak of some sort. You can't really make it out. And Trosser, you're going to pick the same thing up. You kind of, Lucar, what'd you get on your stealth?
Catastrophic failure.
Okay. All right. So Trasa, you step up, and Ung, as you kind of have this moment of like, what language is this? You look up to see Trasa right beside you, not hearing her come anywhere near you, and you jump, kind of like startled. This immediately causes Lucara to sort of panic himself, and he trips and falls and slides. It lands at the mouth of the cave and actually slides down the slope further into the cave.
Can I try to catch him as he slides by?
I will let you make a we'll call that a coordination plus reaction. And
okay. I don't think I have anything that's going to help with that. I got occult, nature, or larceny.
Yeah, and athletics would be the one on this one.
Yeah. Okay, so you said coordination what?
Coordination
Reaction?
plus reaction.
All right. We'll see.
You can do it, I believe.
I think I'm following him because that's a -1.
Okay.
Failure.
So you grab onto Lucra's back, and then but your footing, because you had just jumped, was not all that great either. And you both end up sliding down in the loudest possible way, both tumbling over each other, and you clatter across the ice to the bottom of the thing. Trasa, you just exhale.
So
Ong
it
and
look
I
it looks like Lucara has a auto success from chat and chat.
Oh,
Just
thank
saying.
you.
Well, for
I'll
the
get
next
that.
one, that'll be interesting. But right
Yeah.
now, they are at the
Playing
bottom.
the long suffering one again. I can't get away from this character type.
But right
Yeah.
now, I do believe that Ong and I just recreated that one scene from Romancing the Stone. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I
You
pressed
did,
you.
in fact,
I'm so
recreate that
sorry.
scene. But so the rest of you just watched this debacle happen. Trassa, Jas, Thag, how do you react to this moment?
Gonna slowly and in some matter of visual aggravation, just walk in the direction that they followed.
I'd
So
maintain my stealth, weapon ready. I just walk. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just
so
shaking. I'm,
just
like, my
heading
head
down
is
the cave
forward.
now. Okay.
I'm just like, all right.
Thag, what are you doing? Just following along? Or...
Yeah, me follow Captain Dumpy Pants
Here's what you see as you
and the
get
fall
to the.
down crew.
Here's what you see as the as Jast comes and the light that comes off of the spear kind of shines down the thing. You see below you, Lucra on top of Ong, his mask having flown off a few like steps beyond him. And as Lucra puts his head up and Ung kind of looks up, you look directly at the blasphemous iconography and add a minute.
Of course.
No
That is
time
marked
for
upon
warm
Lucra's
spooning.
forehead. And yeah, that's you hear Thag make a joke about your intimate moments here, and this is where we pick up with the two of you. Fast friends.
I instantly close my eyes and look away from him.
I stand up very confidently and look at the others, the other tribe or whatever we're calling them, and nod and walk over and casually pick up my mask because I know that they're not going to attack us. I mean, I'm very confident that they're not going to attack us. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
I look
So-
for his mask to give it back to him.
I think didn't you just pick up your mask?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he
got
did?
it.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I missed that.
So Lucra just says fuck it and starts heading down the cave. What do the rest of you do?
Full speed ahead.
There you go.
I'm
Well,
gonna get up and sheepishly walk towards the back of the group.
So you make your way down the frozen tunnel, the chill wanting to overwhelm even the spear of sunlight in Jast's hands. After a short distance, you see movement up ahead, flickering shadows against the light of your spear that freeze suddenly, freeze suddenly and are already turned towards you. As your eyes focus on them, you see a group of same folk and other folk children huddled together in the cave. Standing before them are three same folk, two females and one male. Their hands are stained bloodied from the butchering of a giant sloth lying at the floor of the cave and wielding blood-covered blades of ice in the other. The children have smeared blood on their faces, and a few of them still chewing the fresh meat. All of them have the same bluish skin that seems to be covered in a sheen of ice, but none of them make an aggressive move towards you. They begin to urge you to go back the way you came, to leave, and as you do, you notice the cave around you seems like a place of very frequent butchery. The walls are lined with massive frozen hides that have been stripped and covered with different symbols and pictures, many not too different from the paintings your people have made back home.
And so you said same folk. This isn't like people. From
They're
our
also
tribe.
humans. They are humans, but some of the children are mixed. They're both Neanderthal and human. All of them are wearing the same kind of like not really warm clothing that the other folk that attacked you the night or the day before had. in which it seems they don't really care how cold it is. There's no fire here. They are eating this meat raw. So it seems that even there are people like you who are affected by this thing.
Looking at the paintings and stuff on the wall, do I see anything that resembles this bear thing that we're going after?
But yeah, I would like anyone looking at those paintings on the wall to make a intuition plus. There you go. I wrote vigilance, but I didn't mean to write vigilance. That was wrong. Intuition plus wit with your occult.
Okay. Why do I keep losing wit? Okay, there.
And while Ung is kind of like staring at those, what does everybody else kind of react to?
Man, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to leave. They are warning us to leave.
We can't.
There's more than one entrance. This was one side.
I don't-
They have with our folk, the worse it can get. We have to keep pressing on.
Just correct me if I'm wrong. You did mention there were two entrances that we saw. This is the one we heard sounds.
There's
at.
other caves that you don't know how far back they go. You're not sure they're connected at this point. You just know that you see a cave where this big opening is, and the one you're at, you see the kind of a place where they do their butchering. There's bones and stuff kind of littered around. This is where you seem to like the clatter stopped them from doing what they were doing, which was kind of feeding everybody. This also looks like it might be some large kind of communal space or central area of some sort for this part. And there is another cave kind of heading. There's more cave leading behind them off the other end of this sort of cavernous area.
Okay, so I'll take all that back then. I'll say like, okay,
That's
we've
fair.
got to keep going. Let's
Yeah,
press on.
There's
No harm to them.
No harm.
Ung, what'd you get?
2.
2. All right. So what you're looking at, you feel like this is kind of a story of their history. The pictures around the cave show kind of the history of this group. The first one of them depicts many of their people wielding spears and fighting a massive cave bear. In the next, the bear stands upright above them, their spears on the ground, and each of them bent over on their knees, with some of the slain on the ground. Another group on the other side of this sort of central area show the cave bear attacking a different shaped people. With a second panel similar to the first of them kneeling in front of it. You kind of piece together here that you're looking at this is what they do, is that this thing subjugates tribes and brings it under its control to embrace, the ice.
So I want to, like you said, it was kids and some other.
Yeah, there are three sane folk, so other humans who are standing there with, they seem to be wielding in their hands like blades that are made of ice. It looks strange, but it looks like they were using ice to do the butchery here in this situation.
Okay, I want to kind of get their attention, point at the bear. Where, boss?
It looked like the one that's kind of in the head, the woman that's standing in front of the other two, looks up and says, doesn't really say much of anything, but they're gesturing you like pointing back out the way that you came. You're not really sure whether or not they picked up what you were saying. Are you speaking to them in your dialect or Neanderthal?
I'm gonna kind of do it either our dialect and then try Neanderthal, but I also want to like point one direction.
Once you speak in other folk language, they do recognize what you're saying because you speak this group's language. So they recognize and kind of nod and then speak to you in that same language, saying, "No, not here. You must return and join your people to embrace the ice."
Our people taken here. We find them. Which way?
Down the ice.
And are they pointing in the way we were heading already, or
They're pointing back out of the cave. Just go and kind of like pushing you that way.
Have someone to lead.
I would like someone who has negotiation to make an intuition plus empathy check. If you do not have negotiation, do not make this one.
Hey, I do.
And then I would also like someone with performance to make an intuition plus empathy performance check. If Ung, I want you like you make an intuition plus charisma negotiation check
okay,
because you were the one attempting to speak with them.
right? So
You got to roll with a lot of ones.
I did. That is a complicated success.
wait, what did you
You
say?
know what? No, actually, I'm going to go ahead and spend the 6 seconds again.
Okay, get rid of them one, so you got two. All right.
What did you say? I needed to roll.
Intuition plus charisma. If you have
so two
negotiation,
So 2 attributes, not a skill.
that was incorrect to me. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's
It is charisma plus. That was my bad writing things wrong.
That's why we're testing.
We're
It's
gonna call it
playtesting.
charisma plus wit on this one. Negotiation. Yeah,
okay.
that was a typo. Yeah, like.
No problem. That's why I was double checking.
Thank you
'cause
for catching that one. I will change it in my notes here. That's why we're testing.
This could be very bad now.
I kind of, yeah, neat. All right, so did anyone make a occult check or not occult? I'm sorry, negotiation check. That was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Lucro?
Yep.
So your
normal
complicated
success.
success.
It's a
Something
normal
seems.
success.
Oh,
It's
it
a
is
normal
normal success. So you something strange you're kind of noticing is the way that they talk. They seem to have little like emotion or real depth behind the way that they speak, and most people that you know do. With the ones before, you haven't dealt with they're kind enough to understand how they emotionally react, but most humans have a certain way that they go about things. They seem to be very just locked away, as if their very soul itself was as frozen as their skin. And did anyone do the performance check?
No aptitude for that.
Okay.
So I even though I didn't have those, you told me to roll. I got 2 successes after spending 6 seconds, which sent me up by 1 minute.
Yes. All right. So your 2 successes is they after a moment of like kind of talking back and forth in their language, you get that they are indeed they're basically wanting you more than anything else out of the cave. They care little for what you do. They want you to go down and join them, but they don't want you here near their children. Their primary goal is protecting the children from you. And as you're having this conversation from out from the other side of the cave, a massive lance of ice sort of flies out and lands at your feet, Jast, shattering. Rushing in from behind the frozen spear come three other folk. One of them wearing a skull cap made from a blade tooth skull, each of the massive fangs hanging just below his frozen, bearded chin. He's bare-chested and wearing a simple cloth to cover his loins. Draped from his shoulders is the rest of the blade tooth. He wields a massive club, and its core a leg bone of some animal, and its head a large stone, the two held together by ice. The 2 other folk flanking him are similarly donned, though the female with a skull and skin of a flat nose or flat snout, and the male a pack runner. Each of them wields similar, smaller weapons, more resembling a hammer, and just one of them's a boar, one of them's a wolf. The first one's a saber-toothed tiger, if anyone was curious what those descriptions were. The one standing in front stands up and points directly at Jast, and in Neanderthal, or in other folks, says, challenges you to one-on-one combat. Do you...
Jess does not understand this.
I provide
no.
the translation.
Yeah.
Yep, same here. Yep. He challenged you to 1-1 fight.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to do a quick thing here. We're going to do a quick initiative. Now, everybody is going to be able to take place in this fight in some way. I'm going to allow people to make specific roles for like shouting or trying to distract in order to affect the fight. Is sort of an arena thing. This is sort of an on-the-fly thing. Yeah, I like to do for this one. For these types of fights, so you're not all left out. But we are looking at what happened to my computer. Okay, there it is. This is what we're going to be doing. I would like, so what's going to happen is you will all act or say what you would like to do to try to aid on Jast's initiative, and then the others will go on his if they decide to do the same. So let me make sure I find the right one here so I don't kill you with the, there it is. Okay, so if you would mind rolling your initiative, Jas.
Let's just die. And oof. That's a negative one. I'm gonna re-roll one of these for some seconds. Okay, that is now a 0 instead, which is a little better.
Okay, that is better. He will go first, however. So, since you are reacting, what is your, what are you wanting to do? Since you are lower on the initiative, what is it you're going to do in this fight?
Generally, try to redirect all those blows back onto the attacker. Like, if I can make him hit his own foot, that's a good thing.
Okay. So you're gonna try to, well, are you gonna attack, or you're using that for the like a counter attack? Is that what you're?
Oh, I mean, I do get an attack too. It's not just on the defensive. Okay,
No,
if I
no,
get
no, no.
attacked,
You're
it could
just.
be-
This is just initiative order. You were having a combat, just the two of you, between you and this guy, this other guy. So, like, basically, what would you like to do in your first attack against them? Then he will choose what he does, and then we'll go down the initiative order. like normal.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you just started talking about strategy in general. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Yes, spear to the weapon arm.
Okay. Spear to the weapon arm. You're gonna make a. Since you're trying to target, we're gonna call that a coordination plus toughness, and we will. Weaponry is of course the aptitude there, and then what would anyone else like to do something to assist here?
I am gonna do what I always do. I play drums. Ask
I'm-
ancestors for guidance.
Yep. I'm actually gonna drop down beside him and start playing my drums as well. In kind of like but like taking the 1, 2, 3, 4 count. So like
Okay, so you're
I'm
gonna
use the dice roller for this, because
Hurt.
I can't find enough D6s D8s right now. So that's
that's fair. Okay, so the two of you are gonna make a that's a performance roll. So we'll call it a well, the two of you together, we're gonna call it a coordination plus your wit with occult on this, since you were trying to make kind of a dual drum thing. Thag, Lucara, is there anything you would like to do specifically, or?
I just ready my spear in case this goes south.
I'm going to put my mask on, but not activate it.
You got it. Okay, so the one wearing the blade tooth, the war leader here, is going to basically it's stepping up, not even raising the club, and it's just going to try to grab you with its open hand, and that's going to be. Oh, I should probably clear the old dice there. I need you to make a coordination reaction, please, Jast. You should have D8s on this reaction.
Oh, okay, D8.
Yeah, because you have weaponry. You have weaponry. You have the ability to You can either dodge or parry. So you can
Okay.
coordination or reaction or strength plus reaction. I should have said that earlier. Parrying is you're using your weapon to bat it out of the way. That was my bad. I forgot to mention.
Okay. That means if I was using the strength for the parry, which would this would be like, this isn't the weapon. This is just a grab though. Does it still apply?
But you would do basically you're doing strength plus if you're doing the parry, you're doing strength plus your reaction. It doesn't do damage, it's just your weapon. You're using your weapon for defensive.
Okay, so I'm gonna add the additional from doing the strength to that, and okay, and then there is ones where I'd be using the 8, so let's do those for those additional ones. Okay. Wow. Okay. With the rerolling, things are coming up very high now.
Yeah, where are your distress dice?
Oh, this was all part of that previous roll where you told me to roll the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, that's okay, I got you.
So we had the one with
I didn't see your where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I didn't
yeah,
One,
there.
two-
Ignore the one where I tried to
You didn't get any once. That's what I
where I
was
tried to
asking.
clear
So
something,
one,
you
two-
rerolled it, but yeah, that was basically
shit.
the original 6 plus 5 was the first d6, and then I re-rolled the other ones for that were supposed to be d8s because it was weaponry or something,
Gotcha.
and then I added the one for using strength instead, which is gonna, instead of just trying to dodge, like
So how you didn't get any ones, so how many successes did you get? That's what I'm having a hard time
that's
tracking.
gonna be actually 4.
Okay, yeah, you bat his hand away like it's nothing. He does not lay a hand on you. What is your attack roll? You wouldn't mind making it? That is going to be a strength plus your toughness.
Yeah, that was previously just a 1.
That was just a 1. Okay, so you bat his arm away, but don't really get a good shot in on his arm. You hit him kind of in the bicep a little bit from the weapon arm. However, it does tear through the ice that's covering his skin and sort of like rips a chunk out of his bicep. And he like stumbles back like in pain and shouts as he shouts in frustration as the two behind him begin to chant in some kind of, can't really, even those who understand other folk don't really understand what they're chanting right now.
Drum louder.
Hey, I have photographic memory in a cult. Can I make sure they're not trying to do something?
Sure. I would like you to make a, we're going to call this an acumen plus wits
Right on.
for
So
recall.
just go on, and when you come
You
around
got
to me.
All right, and Jas, what are you gonna do in response now? Like you just got a good little stab on the arm there.
Well, do we get our drums?
Oh yeah, what were your rolls on those? My apologies, I got sidetracked.
I'm gonna spend three seconds to re-roll. That would be 3 successes for me.
Okay, Tracy.
That would also be 3 successes.
Okay, so the two of you are completely in sync. You are basically playing similar to how you would be playing if you were having one of your ritual combats back at your home. As you're watching this, and you can see it start to give Jas Jas starting to fight a little bit more with the beat. Jas, your next attack is going to have an automatic success added to it. Now, you also have one from the chat as well. Just remember that. So I would like you to go ahead and make. What are you going to do next, Jas?
For the weak spot I just made.
Okay, it's going again. So you're still stabbing at the arm.
Yeah.
Coordination plus. Let me let you know, if you're just stabbing at him in general, you are getting strength plus your toughness as opposed to coordination, like for a basic.
Okay. Yeah.
weaponry roll.
Let's not be so predictable. Let's do the strength instead, and just generally try to land a hit where he's not expecting.
Yeah. Okay. And then he is going to attempt again, like out of frustration, he's going to attempt to grab you again with his offhand. That is Oh, that
1,
one's
2, 3. That's already 4 successes, even before the auto successes added in, just because of that legendary attribute.
okay. So his attack is trying to grab you. Make a coordination plus reaction or a parry.
Oh, wait. I
Strength.
think I was supposed to be rolling like d8s for that too, so that was.
What?
It's gonna be really high.
Yeah, your strength is supposed to be d8s, but your strength roll there, I would only reroll 1d8. Just roll 1d8,
Okay.
and we'll add it to that 6 that didn't make it because I'm not taking a or.
Yeah, there we go. That wouldn't
There you
have
go. You
made a
still got
difference.
that many, so you're fine. All right. Please, okay. Now roll. Are you gonna parry or dodge his attempt to grab you this time?
Yeah, gonna stick with the parry on that.
Strength plus reaction, please.
Okay, the stress dice, strength, and then reaction is actually d8s, right?
Yeah.
And okay,
Wow, these rolls.
yeah, that's 2. That's good.
Yeah, you easily knock his arm out of the way again. What was your attack roll? You get a 4.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it was a 4.
I haven't rolled a single. Like I've rolled 2 successes out of 6 rolls with this. Oh, he actually dodged something a little bit.
Nice.
He this time as you stab in at him, he jumps back, but not in time to not catch a little bit in his left side abdomen. You do breaking again through the ice. You do another 4 damage to him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like the rabbits in Watership Down, where
He
like
dodged
the whole
a
world
little
is your
bit. Yeah.
the whole world is your enemy, and if they will kill you if they catch you, but first they have to catch you.
Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
So your drum rolls are. I didn't have you do continue. Make your drum rolls again, please. Lucara and Thag, is there something else you wanted to do this round?
If we attack this guy, it's going to ruin the challenge, so we can't.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
can't. That
You're
means
kind of
there's an
stuck in
honor,
this.
honor problem there.
You are in an honor problem here.
Drown
Hold
out, drown out their chanting.
Wouldn't something that, so since they're from our tribe, and this kind of thing is probably fairly commonplace, as far as like doing it for fun, wouldn't they know that like shouting or like things like that could like distract, or especially if
No,
they like,
shouting's totally okay.
especially
any-
if they
Like any historical like duel like this, nobody was quiet.
no, especially if there's
yeah,
like
shout all you want to, scream, insult the enemy, do whatever you need to do, but that's
you,
Hey Gavin, I
what
got a
role was it
complicated.
again?
get it complicated.
I got a complicated on trying to determine whether or not these guys are performing some kind of ritual.
So yeah, you recognize nothing about like you they're doing something definitely ritualistic, but the way in which what they are doing, whether or not it's really going to help, you have no clue.
Okay. In that case, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to cause the eyes inside the mask to flash at them while they're chanting,
I would
just to try to put them off of doing that.
Okay, I would like you to make a we're gonna call that a charisma plus manipulation intimidation check here. So negotiation.
Right on. I have that.
You do. You do.
And I got 2 successes for my drums.
I have 3.
3. So again, one more added auto success for you there on your next attack, Jas.
And Jas got another auto success in chat too.
The
And
chat.
I haven't used my auto success from earlier yet, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it in on this roll.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you've heard this. You've not heard this language before, but this language is something that just tickles a part of your memory that is connected in some way, tangent, like not directly to the seed that you hold, but it feels like a language that the seed would probably understand. What the green that you were attempting to plant and the entities that you speak to, it seems similar to that kind of language. You're not sure what triggers that in you, but that's kind of what you pick up.
Interesting.
Jast, what are you doing?
stabbing.
That's an excellent option. It frustrated with its inability to touch you the way that it was. It like grabs this war club and raises it to come down on top of your head. Making a strength. I need you to make a parry. Probably that's going to be a holy shit strength plus reaction. I got 6 successes
Good God.
on this roll.
Well, it's good that we have some auto successes involved in that.
You may
So
the
I
auto
can't-
success they give you is for attack, but you can use the one from the chat on this if you want.
Okay. Yeah. So we're definitely gonna use one of the ones from the chat on this, and we're also gonna add a d6. That's two
You
more.
mean
D8.
D8, yeah.
And then re-roll that d8. That didn't help.
Still at 3.
Do 4 minutes total. Okay.
There you go.
4 seconds. Let's see if that brings me up a minute. No, I'm still good for now.
Okay. So you are hit for 5 damage. You bring up the spear and it kind of comes through the strength of this blow, kind of pushes your arms down as it cracks a little bit across your jaw and makes you woozy for a second. However, what was your attack roll?
Didn't roll yet. Gonna do
Okay,
that.
go ahead and do that, please.
Okay.
He's not a dodger. That's not what he does.
What are you doing?
He's not a parrier either, actually, which is what he's trying to do. But
Okay. More bad rolls on that.
I want him to be a get hitter.
Yes,
you got
they-
2.
Okay. There we go.
He
So
got
I
Z.
spent a total of 4 seconds to re-roll those d8s, and we're especially since I got a 1 on from the distress die, so I have 2 successes from there, and then 1 extra success from the chat.
Yeah. Well, then that's actually enough. So, out of like just sheer frustration, and you're not sure if it's you or if it's the spear itself that kind of like does this, but you stab up and are able to hit him directly, kind of like right below the neck, and stagger him. And the war leader falls to his knees, blood pouring out of his wounds, and steam coming off of his skin where the warmth of his blood touches the ice. He looks up at you, and he smiles, and he speaks, and as he does, the color begins to return to his face, and the life to his eyes. In other folk, he speaks, "You can free us. You can free us. My people will continue to embrace the cold, but they will not interfere in a challenge, no matter his will." And he gives you the term for the challenge that he said before, which is just challenge and other folk. He says, "My people will continue to embrace the cold, but they will not interfere in a challenge, no matter his will. This is who we are, and it cannot be changed." He slings his hand to the side, flinging blood against the hides depicting their story. You may challenge him as one altogether. It is the way the pact is built. If you lose, you will be his. And he falls to the ice in front of you, body quickly returning to the same shade of blue it had been before, but the smile remains on his face. The ones behind him put their weapons down, and they just nod their heads, refusing to look in your direction.
Lucara will stand forward and say, "Consider him so challenged. We challenge your lord to honorable combat."
And the one behind kind of looks at you, puzzled, not really understanding what you're saying. One of the two, they drop their head. Wait, do you speak Otherkin or other folk? Nope. So you
So
We have
I'll
no idea
I'll
what he actually said then.
So
Yeah.
I'll
I didn't know what
actually
he said. You're right. My
um
bad.
so I'll obviously
Translate.
like as the I mean yes, but a little bit more than that. So as the combat ends, I taper off drumming as he's speaking. I stand up while providing the translation as he's speaking. Um and I'll walk over and like take a rag from my belt and just place it over his face. And so and in other folk, I'll declare we challenge the ice bear.
and one of the ones that look puzzled looks at you and nods and says, "You must travel down further to." And he points back out the front of the cave. Turns out Thag was right, but he points back out of the front of the cave and says, "Follow path to the bottom of the heart or bottom of the ice." To the heart of ice where your people are being kept.
Will you guide us?
And they shake their heads. We are done. There is only one path you will find.
Thank you for your honor.
And they both head over to their former war leader and begin to kind of like dote over them, in their way, leaving you to do what you want to do.
As this ends, I kind of like look to would there be a ritual that our people do for like essentially congratulations after like a successful one-on-one combat? It'd just be like,
I mean, you're the God speaker, you tell me.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we would have this, in fact. Uh it probably like it seemed, is there like a small, can I look over the body of the fallen? Is there like a small token on them of any sort?
I mean, there's the club that they dropped. That's
That's
the helm and the cape thing.
I'll go over to one of the warriors and say, they're in other folk, their weapon, may we have it?
Weapon is and they look at you kind of almost offended and said, "Of course, weapon is now spear wielders."
I thank them, and then I take it.
They look kind of confused that you thank them as you do, but they go back about what they're doing.
Yeah. And then I'll take out, because this is important. I take out the offering bowl that I keep on me and a little bit of charcoal, and just using a small bit of flint and tinder, I'll light it and put some herbs, and like once it's lit, pass the club through the smoke, and then kneel in front of Jost and present the club. You have brought much honor to our tribe and our ancestors. Wield this in your power as we move forward in our combat against the ice bear.
Okay, so I'm gonna have, if you want to dual thing, I'm gonna have you make a charisma plus. I'm gonna call it a wit. Charisma plus wit, and you can use performance or occult on this.
I do not have performance, so we'll go with. Okay, that's two successes are the only successes that I could have.
Don't you have distress dice? Oh no, you didn't play last game, so you didn't gain all
No,
those
I
meds.
didn't.
You're good. Yeah, so 2 successes. You have successfully completed the ritual. Everybody's feeling a little bit more enthused about things, and so you've kind of bolstered your stuff here. Jast, you're now the owner of this weapon. It is a war club. It doesn't seem to have any particular thing with it, but it is now your war club, and it is quite a bit bigger than well, you're kind of small, so it's quite a massive war club in your hands. But
It's important for me to note that during the ritual that you're performing, Lucara maintains a respectful distance from you people because he doesn't know you and this is not his tribe and he feels weird about it. So he's going to be sort of away from you guys looking at the ground while you do that. So I think that probably will mean that if there are any benefits, I don't get them.
yes, it's just this. The only benefits would only be for the tribal folk, but we are not. Let's see. When did it just get this? What is what's your role? Or there was 2 successes. You may give out 2 automatic successes to any 2 of your tribe mates here. Jast, it has to be one of them.
Well, yeah, obviously. Jas and Thag.
There you go. So your next combat roll will have an automatic success. You are bolstered by the ancestors, the warlike ancestors of your people have been called here to witness, and they are backing your play. So as you head back out and up the way that you have been told, you let's see. As you head further down the towards the bottom of the pathway, you see ahead of you a large circular. The path continues, and for a half rising of the sun, you descend upon a quarter rising of the sun, you descend upon the jagged. I am having a hard time talking right now. Descend upon the jagged ice amongst more and more ice caves, with other folk and same folk watching you from the edges as you descend. True to the war leader's word, none of them will stop you as they advance, but all eyes are on you as you descend. As you approach the bottom of the pathway, you see ahead of you a large circular opening, a massive altar of ice. In front of it stands a creature that immediately strikes terror into you. Everybody add a minute. A massive cave bear stands upright with blood streaked into its white fur into strange designs. Upon the altar is the leader of your tribe, her arms and legs frozen in place. Her breath is hurried, but she stares up at the beast defiantly. Around the base of the altar are your tribe folk, each of them covered in ice and snow, a pile of their clothing lying behind. The cave bear is speaking in a language you cannot understand, though the same one that you noticed earlier, Lucara. And as you approach, it looks towards you and it snarls. It speaks in other folk, seize them and bring them to join their brethren. And the other folk around begin to look up at you, unsure.
Before they can make a move, I motion Jas forward and kind of like nudge her arm up that has the club in it. And I say, we challenge the ice bear to honorable combat.
And with seeing the club that has been raised and with hearing those words, every one of them stops just dead in their tracks and look back to the ice bear, who snarls further and says in your language, fine, come and meet your end. You shall join me.
We'll see about that.
So what does anyone want to do anything before you, because this is a you can take a moment to do something. You don't have to rush right in. This is a challenge, so you've not started the combat yet.
Can I where I got the massive punch to the jaw and is there medical, like where we stabilized the wound last time someone got their arm shredded up?
You don't have a wound, you just got hit in the face. Your jaw is not broken. You just got hit in the face and it hurt.
Okay.
But he did not do enough damage. He did not do enough damage on you to cause a wound.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to 3 HP, so I'm like,
oh yeah, you're hurting, but
dire.
Yeah. I'm going to. I obviously I'm gonna like take a moment to like pray to our ancestors.
Same thing here too.
okay.
Lucara is going to place his hand on Jast's shoulders, and I'm going to spend a minute and I'm going to ask, when does Jast die?
Uh, for the first time that you have ever touched on this thing upon somebody, you see two distinct outcomes. You see Jas dying today, here, spear in hand, and you see Jas dying of old age, surrounded by grandchildren and children and loved ones in a valley of verdant green.
Interesting. I'm going to repeat that 2 more times on 2 other people just so I can get rid of my notes.
You're gonna get basically the same thing from everybody. Like you are recognizing for the first time. Well, you know that the future is not set. You understand that intrinsically when you use this ability, but this is the first time that it seems there are 2 very distinct paths that can be taken, and that you're about to see some that what is about to happen is a major point in their individual timelines.
Right on. Cool. I'm interested in what I'm seeing, but I'm doing it for the epiphany.
You got it. All right. So, does everybody want to grab their weapons and do their thing? You may meander down to face this bear.
So are we gonna roll for prayers and stuff too to see if it helps? Or
You are currently already buffed up with prayer at this point.
Okay.
So at some point you're
Okay.
yeah.
just checking.
You've already got kind of your war prayer going from Tras's earlier thing. So like that's what we're gonna stick with.
Okay.
That was a really good scene, by the way.
All right. So, what I would like to do now is before we begin this next portion, I would like to ask: would anybody like a quick break?
Yes.
Because I
Yeah.
would. So I would like to take a quick
Yes,
break
please.
before we get to the next thing. If we could take, let's call it 15 minutes to 10:35 ish. Is that how math works? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how math works. I did it.
Yeah. What does that
Go
mean?
ahead and roll your solace tag.
What does it do?
You roll all of your D4, your current amount of distress dice in your pool. Roll those. For each 4 that comes up, you remove a minute plus 1. So you automatically remove 1 minute, but for
Yay!
you
I
remove
got
2
one
minutes.
of those removed. So
You
I
get
get to
2
remove
minutes
2
removed.
minutes.
Yep. So you lose a whole distress die out of that.
Hot diggity
deal. That's
dog.
pretty solid. But we're going to be taking a break, and we will come back for the challenge of the ice bear.
All right.
And
Hello,
shall I
everybody.
shush or
We
my
are
shush?
back, and we are ready to get our initiatives going for this challenge that we've got here. Thank you for sticking with us through our break. I have already started on some. I've had everybody kind of roll their initiative already. So, Lucra, what'd you get?
I got 1.
Tressa,
1.
Thag,
0.
Jast.
Wait. How many seconds can I burn to make that 1 from the distress dice go away?
You need 6 seconds. We'll remove all distress dice.
I'm gonna burn it. Then I
Okay.
got 1.
Got 1. All right, Jast. 3. And
I spent 6 seconds to get 2.
Okay. Jast is actually going to be going at the top of the thing here, and then we go Bear, and then we go and then we have the last you all rounding it out. We'll go probably in order: Thag, Trass, Lou. I believe it's the correct order from your
Thag, lead,
attribute.
charge,
Beats what?
leads attack. Thag
No,
leads
no.
attack?
Thag is ahead of the ones that got 1.
Oh,
Jast is at the top of the order.
okay.
Yeah, it goes Jast, Bear, Thag, Trask, and then Lou. So, and in typical me fashion, Lucra, what are you planning as you? Okay, sorry, I have to get you to the actual thing here. So as you approach the bottom here, you arrange yourself however you wish with this bear sort of standing in the middle. The to your right and left behind you are your buried tribe members in the ice. They are chattering their teeth. They're very cold and they're watching this situation intently. Your tribe leader is on the altar pinned down to it with ice, but she is also watching very intently this battle. The ice bear stands in front of you and brings his arms back up and he is going to step forward. However, Lucro, what are you doing as soon as things kick off? What is your plan?
I'm gonna try to whack him with my stick.
Okay, so we're gonna get a stick whack there. That's gonna be a strength plus toughness weaponry. Trast, what are you doing? Tressa, sorry.
I am going to take one of the spears and try and whack him with it too.
All right, that is going to be a strength plus weaponry roll, or strength plus toughness weaponry roll. Thag.
Thag, shift to flank, stab in leg with spear.
Okay, you're going to move around and try to get his leg. I'm going to call that a coordination plus toughness for your attempting to target a specific area there. So that is with the weaponry as the roll. What are you doing?
I play drums to inspire Jast with spear.
Okay, so you were attempting to continue the war drum. So I would like you to make a. We're going to call this one a. We'll call it an intuition plus wit occult. And the bear is looking directly at Jast wielding the spear and is going to be charging towards you, Jast. However, what are you doing? Knowing it's coming at you.
Question about the giant club.
Yes.
What are the stats on that thing?
I mean, it's just a basic giant club. Your spear is way better.
Okay. In that case, gonna stick.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
between
also
spear
know
and
that
arrow.
the sun spear specifically is its goal is to kill this thing. The sun spear's purpose in existing is helping you kill this thing.
Okay, so then I won't think about the owl. I'll just go for the sappy.
Yeah. I mean, so you're with a weapon like attack with that strength plus toughness
Yep.
with weaponry. Alrighty.
To the chest die. Strength. That came up remarkably bad. I think I do have. Oh wait, I forgot it's supposed to. Do I get
You didn't. Yeah, you should have D8s
Yeah.
on your toughness here.
Okay.
You need to change those real quick, and then just re-roll the. Yeah. Just remove the toughness ones, and then re-roll with the D8s. I like that you can remove individual dice and then roll another pool with what you've already got and add it to it. That is actually really neat on this. That helps a lot.
I think I did the math wrong. I think I cleared one too many. Uh-oh.
Your strength is a 4, so you should have 4
Yeah, no, but I
D6.
think I cleared
You did clear one too many. Just re-roll the
Okay,
whole thing with
good.
the 4d6 plus.
growing pains.
So just so you're tracking in chat, it looks like Jast has not a success and dem 8s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dim
go
8s.
Jast.
Dim 8s is going to increase. That's going to increase your attributes here. So you
I
have
don't know
nothing
why
but 8s.
I don't know why I think clicking on the dice
Hold
will
on.
remove them, but
No,
it actually
you
causes them
hit
to
clear
revolve.
at the bottom. Hit at the bottom of the roll at the top. You hit clear. That'll wipe everything out.
Yeah, I was just
To
trying to.
change the die, you're gonna hit the pencil next to the die when you highlight over it, and then drop. You'll click the die button and go down to a D8. And then you're also gonna do the same because you have dim 8s. You're also gonna do the
Oh,
same. with your
everything's going to be these.
yeah,
this time
D8s.
around.
So you're gonna do the same with your strength for this roll because you got
Looks
a dim
like
8s.
Thad got dem 8s as well.
Yeah.
Okay, chat is
Yeah.
absolutely adamant they want this bear to die. Chat is like, fuck this bear.
That's
Here's
right.
some yeah. So
Okay, I'm just manually setting out all the dice I need to roll because I'm having a hard time with the buttons, so we're doing it that way,
That's
so
what
it
I'm
works
doing.
this time.
yeah, there you go. That is a roll.
Did I still click D6s instead?
No, you didn't. You've got nothing but D8s here. No, yeah, you did. You did click D6s.
Ah!
All right.
Final time.
So you have 7 D8s on this roll. Plus 2 automatic successes. Holy shit.
That's OP. Okay. This
Kill
is
the
the combination
bear.
of dice we have to use. We finally
There you
figured it
go.
out, and I think it
7,
came up
6,
astoundingly
7,
high.
2, 3, 4,
Wait, this is the
5.
Admiral too.
No, it's not the Atlatl. You're.
Oh, it's not the Admiral.
no,
Okay.
It's not the Atlatl.
Wait, you told me not to use the Admiral.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna make a big old roll there. So let me do
It's what, 5 successes there?
Yes, that is, in fact, 5 successes. So, the coordination plus reaction. 2 successes. So it took 3, 6. That's 6 damage. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so as it moves towards you, Jast Jast runs in with the spear and just immediately stabs the thing right in its midsection, and it roars in pain. 4, 5, 6, as it takes 6 huge damage, and your weapon is grievous, meaning that it now has it has 4 distress dice
Oh! Join
Bear
the club.
die.
Join
on its
the
next
club.
roll. None of them hit once though, but it as you stab it, it comes down with a swipe directly at your head, which is going to be an attack of 4. I need you to make a parry check. Be strength plus your reaction on this one.
Okay. That's going to be. And is the reaction 88?
Yeah, it is because you have weaponry.
Okay.
You have 4d6 because you have 4 strength, don't you? You're legendary.
Oh, it's with strength. Okay.
It's strength plus reaction, so just roll 1 more d6 with that.
And
3. Oh shit. Okay.
Nice.
That is 3 dodges on an attack of 4, so it hits you only for 2 damage.
I'm still standing.
Yeah,
Got 1 HP.
it's yeah, that's rough. So you're 1 HP, but it does it gets you a good claw against your shoulder, and with the earlier wounds, you're feeling rather concerned with your longevity right now. What'd you get?
I got. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. Well, let's go ahead and spend 6 seconds to wipe out the distress dice,
Yeah, you want to do that there. You
and that will give me 3 successes.
All right, 3 successes. You are giving everybody here some boost. So who are you targeting? Jast on this one?
Mainly Jast, yeah, because Jast
Alright.
has the spear.
Sweet. So Jast, for your next attack, you are gonna have 1 additional success. Now, Fag, what'd you get on your flank?
Flag. Roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Success.
Whoa.
Oh.
Give me them 8s. Give me them 8s.
Oh god, and it still has the 4 distress dice, so this is not great for it.
Oh no!
It got 0 on the die.
Yes.
Yes!
So, Fag, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have
Spear.
Spear, which is a
Piercing.
piercing. Wait, did piercing work on Rhyme Shield, James? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Ignores up to 3 points of armor.
There's
3 points of armor, man.
right, but I'm just wondering if Rhyme Shield was one of them that had to
We
have.
have never classified supernatural armor as different from regular armor.
We do well. We do in the 7th and 9th hour powers. That's what it was.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm thinking. Not Rhyme Shield. Rhyme Shield does not do that. So you actually overcome 3 of the 4 armor this thing has. Holy crap! You did a lot of damage to it. So
To a leg.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You do 6 damage.
To
Oh
leg.
my gosh.
To
To
its leg.
leg. Wounding.
Yeah, so your spear goes in deep. You feel it just break right through this layer of frozen hide on the side of the bear, and you chunk good and actually stab directly to the point where you feel it hit bone, and you're feeling pretty happy with yourself right now. Trassa,
That's 2 successes from my spear hit.
2 successes. Okay. Oh, there it goes. It did things this time. So this time it was able to bat. Your spear comes at it, and as it's roaring, and it bats it away with one of its arms, not taking any kind of damage. And Lou,
Yeah, so I rolled 2 hits to hit it.
I rolled 4 ones on the distress dice,
Hey!
so it
Hey,
got a
guess-
-1. So you
so
got
that's gonna be
3
3
successes to hit it. Yeah, that's 3, 4, 5. Well, it still got 4 armor against.
Okay,
your
that's
hit.
cool. I do no damage to it, but as a free action,
Your staff does 2 damage. You got your net successes here with negatives is 5,
oh yeah, you're right. Oh shit, so I still do damage with it.
or your net damage. You do 1 damage to it. Yep.
Cool. I also, as a free action, activate my mask. So again, for those who have seen it, you know what it looks like. For those who haven't, the mask it's got huge black antlers with like vines hanging off of it that have various bits of trinkets and gore. The mask itself is the skulls of 3 different stags that have been bound together with sinew, and it like the pits of the eyes grow kind of a dull red. When I activate it, I can exclude all of them, so I do. It acts as a trauma trigger for the creature. If it does not have a midnight clock, it immediately gains 1 more distress die. to
So
every
it
roll.
now has 5 distress die on every
And
single
it is also
roll.
incorporeal for the rest until the beginning of my next turn.
Yeah, so
Which
it cannot
unfortunately
be.
means nobody can hit it.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it, like, this round. It's incorporeal. We're going to have a moment of everybody. Well, you all saw what happened last time this happened, so you can all kind of wait it out. But do you want to position yourself and do anything during this round of inability to hit it, and it hit you?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually get some space from it. Like I'm gonna back up and like
Yeah, and Thag, as it goes incorporeal, you feel your spear just come loose out of the bone and everything else, and you're able to sort of like pull it free without any issue.
Ugh. Ghost bear.
However, your mask, when used, does cause a minute gain for everybody else, right?
No.
That was
I
only
went
the
back
other
and
ability?
reread the thing that I wrote earlier today, and it actually is of my choosing.
Oh, that's right. Okay, got you. That was the other dread quality we had added that did that, not this one. Understood. So yeah, that is that round. The second round of this is just everybody repositioning. Where would you? I'm just gonna say, where would you like to be after this for this round for this next attack?
Outside of its swiping range.
Yeah, it does not realize it is tangible really, and makes a swipe at Jast, which goes right through your body. That's what it does. But what Jast, do you reposition?
I'm gonna try to go directly behind the bear so I can backstab it.
You just directly walk through the bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to.
All right.
I'm just gonna try to phase through it and then work on getting that backstab.
All right, Thag, where do you want to be positioned?
I take 10 steps back because if I can't hit this thing, I don't know what's going to happen when it comes back.
Okay.
Because it can go anywhere as well.
Yeah, it can.
I want to kind of position myself closer to our chief while I still continue to play the drums.
Okay. And Lou.
Lucara.
Oh, I am going to get the hell away from this thing because I fear that it will be very angry at me for what I've done.
I'm just hoping it doesn't walk so fast now.
All right, and it, like I said, what it tries to do is chase Jast, and it's going to stay on Jast, being the wielder of the spear. But as it swipes, just go completely through Jast as we get to the next round. So now in your new positions, Lucara, what are you going to do? Still, this thing, even with you doing that, it is focusing on Jast.
I'm going to try to bonk it with my stick.
Okay, I'm going to make the strength plus toughness roll with weaponry if you have it. And next up is, let me get the right piece of paper here. Trassa.
I'm going to, while it's focusing on Jast, I'm going to go in at the side and try and stab it again.
Okay, that's a strength plus toughness weaponry roll. Thag.
I'm going to rush in, lunge engine, and stab it. There
Okay.
we go.
Same thing, strength plus toughness. And you are continuing to drum out, right?
Yes, this time, however, I want to use the drumming to try to, instead of increase the offensive that we're doing, to try to make sure that we stay alive.
Alrighty, so I'm going to let you make that roll. That's going to be the same roll. It's intuition plus wit, occult, and it will affect someone's dodge. Whom are you trying to dodge better here?
I'm mainly more trying to almost hex in a way its attack, so whoever it swings at, if I can.
Well,
trying
you
to use the
don't.
drums to distract it.
You are a speaker to your ancestors and to a degree the gods. So like you would benefit your people, but you would not be able to affect it. This thing is also far more powerful than.
Okay, well then I'm gonna try to benefit Thag attacking it.
Yeah. So basically, what you're doing here is basically giving them like your team bonuses and what you're doing. So yeah.
So I'll go back to the offensive then and just try to like pick the pace up on the drumming a little bit and try to boost up Thag, knowing that right after my turn he's going.
Roll the intuition plus wit with
Occult.
Yes, sir.
What do I get from this?
When he gets his successes, I'll tell you.
Okay.
You may get an automatic success on your roll, basically.
Hot.
The bear is going to. It kind of like. It kind of freezes. It's freezing for a second. It looks a little confused, but it's still going to try to bite Jast. And then Jast, what are you doing?
Not as a reaction to trying to bite, but as an attack, right?
Yeah, this is your action for the
Stab
attack.
it. with spear
Stab it. So that's strength.
in the
plus
back
your
because
toughness.
I should be still
You-
behind it.
Well, it's trying to turn to come at you, but it's doing since you're so close. It's going to attempt to bite you. So you're ahead in the thing, so you know what it's going to do. So your stab against it is against its back, but strength plus toughness, please.
He took me over for dice, but is seeing my entire tribe like submerged in ice going to be giving minutes for the trauma trigger?
Absolutely, actually, yeah. So that's one of the reasons that I said that this is going to happen to you, but I forgot to trigger it. So you need to add a minute to your track, please.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna bring me up to 5, so I wasn't gonna add a third dice yet,
No,
but
no,
I just
6. Yeah, when you get 6. So.
okay. And you said shades and toughness.
Yeah. Holy shit.
1, 2, 3. Then this is to hit or to dodge?
This is to hit. Strength plus toughness.
Okay.
And it's gonna as you're stabbing, it's gonna try to bring its claw down as it's spinning to block you, but let's see what it gets.
Minutes.
1, 2. You got
And
2
then-
successes so far.
Okay, I spent 2 seconds. 3 seconds. There we go.
3 successes. That is enough to do 5 damage to him. So yeah, you turn, and as he's bringing his claw down, you actually like redirect and stab directly up at the back of his arm that he sort of impales himself further on, and gives a great big roar when he does so. I would like you to make a
Using seconds to reroll did make me go up to my 6th minute. Do I?
So your next roll will include this, yes.
Okay, but not for this last one. That's
However,
why I was
remember, if
checking.
you've just used 3 seconds, you can only use 3 seconds on this dodge. So it's per round that you get 6 seconds.
Okay, 3 seconds on the dodge.
Yeah, so if you use them here, but you need to make a coordination or a strength plus reaction parry. Oh wait, that was my bad. I don't know why I just did. That's the wrong roll.
Okay. Strength plus reaction. Okay, so that did come up with net 2, and I do have 3 seconds I can spend.
No, what you rolled a 5, 5, 6, 6? No, that was Tress. I'm sorry. I saw you. I see you now.
But
So
I did
net
get
2.
one of my distress dice to come up one.
Yeah. Good.
Can I use my essentially inspiration from that ritual that Tressa did?
Yeah, you actually. No, that was on your last attack. That was on.
Okay.
That was specifically on the attack. I need to add 1 more damage. You actually did 6 damage, but he can't have more distress dice than he currently has. So
Okay.
you have impaled his arm, and your parry is what?
That was I spent 3 minutes to.
3 seconds.
Oh wait, I didn't actually reroll anything for that. It's just 3 naturally.
Okay, so you got 3 seconds. So you want to spend?
Okay. That seems like I probably should. So let's do that then. We'll start with 2 to add 8. And
So 1,
jeez.
and you re-roll it.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, it only got, but it did get 5 successes on the attack, so it does actually bite you. Its jaws do clamp down on your collarbone and shoulder, and you feel its teeth sink in as you take 4 damage from this bite, dropping.
Can I go to
which is-
-3 or?
Yeah, or no, you're just at 0, and we will have a moment with you on your next round. So, the bite comes in as this is happening. What'd you get?
I got, let's see. I'm gonna spend 3 seconds to re-roll 3 of these,
Okay,
and
3 successes.
1 more, and
3
1 more.
successes. Trying to get that 4.
Yep,
That is 3
I'm gonna-
successes.
I think I got 1 last one. So, all right,
You spent 4, so you can actually do 2 more.
okay, 5, and then 1 more. Okay, come on.
Nope, you did 3 successes.
Okay, so
All
it's two successes total because I had the one
Oh, you did have a 1, didn't you? So it's
Yep.
2 successes. Thag, you had an automatic success on this roll of yours. So what was your attack roll?
My attack roll is 1, 2, 3. What just happened to my roll?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes. I don't know what just happened, but it just changed my roll.
Weird.
Like all the numbers just changed on it.
If you hit, you might have accidentally hit roll twice, or it
Yeah.
lagged out and hit roll twice and re-rolled it.
Yeah,
But it
or
would
if I
show.
hear-
But it would show
Yeah,
both
right.
rolls in the chat there.
No, not until you clear it and redo another one. It would like.
Okay, because I had 4 successes and now it's showing 1, 2, 3 successes. I'll take those. 3
had 4
successes
successes.
plus an automatic success, so
4.
that's 4 successes total.
All right, and
Yeah.
this time you see the jaws of this thing bite into Jast, and as you do, you give like a shout of anger as you stab deep within its back, tearing towards its spine. You feel it hit home hard, and it takes a lot of damage. And you see its knees start to go a little bit weak, but still hold on where it is at. Trassa.
Without any sound, I just stab at it with the 4 successes.
Okay. 4 successes. God damn. Y'all are rolling like well.
I was
wondering.
Thanks,
wondering.
chat.
So
Yeah,
so
chat
I,
has really been
Yeah,
stacking.
chat's been-
Where is Ian? Give me some.
no.
No help. No help, storyteller.
1,
Help kill
2.
bear.
Sure, you did get buffs in the beginning of the game from chat. but-
You do hit it, but your weapon does not go through its armor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It does not break through entirely. What damage you do? Next up is Lucara. What'd you get?
I got a grand total of 0 hits on my roll.
That's okay. It also got a lot more than that. I wish you had not. Yeah, it got a lot more than that. It bats your weapon. It bats away like it wasn't even there. Like it uses its body as a weapon to like parry and knock your blow back. Your staff bouncing off of it.
I just want to point out that in the future, I'm going to be stealing the phrase, it also got a lot more than that.
Yeah. I was like, I was doing math wrong, but and by that I was looking at the wrong side. Either way, we are now in what is called a brush with death. So, everybody, those not familiar in this game, you don't die unless you want to die. And the way that we do brushes with death is there are 3 distinct choices that you can make. Either your character is just out until the end of the fight, and at the end of the fight, they will come back with a wound that they either the director chooses or the director wants you to roll. They can. In this situation, I would probably choose it. The second is you may die, and in so doing, may wake up for one more round in which you have no distress dice whatsoever. Everybody around you is going to get a full, have their clocks reset back to 1. And you get one final strike before you go down. It is a moment of just a last hurrah, a heroic effort. And then the last is you can make a deal with the dread. A dread entity will approach you in your moment between life and death and offer you a deal. You can stay alive, but you're going to have to do something for it. And you will come back without any wounds on you, with your clock reset to 1 minute. Your seconds will stay the same, wherever they're at, but your clock resets to 1 minute. So, what would you like to do, Jast?
The spear would be cool. So I'm going to choose to be out for this fight and wake up every wound.
Okay.
I want someone else to be able to use the spear.
All right, so Jast, your hero is down, has dropped the spear, clattered to the ground, and now we are working in reverse order. You all see this happen. Lucara, what do you do?
I'm going to attend to Jast's wounds. I know poultices, so I'm going to try to help.
So first, I think you're going to want to get her out of the range of this rampaging bear, most likely, in order to do some battlefield triage, I assume.
Yeah, so good point. I am probably bigger than everybody here. and
Yeah,
I
you
have-
are pretty large for your.
Even Jazz.
Yeah, Jast is like tiny.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up and taunt the bear and try to draw him away from her.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna have you make a. We're gonna call that a charisma plus manipulation roll, and you can use
Yeah,
negotiation in this.
That's some sauce right there.
Trassa, what are you doing?
As the bear is getting taunted, I'm actually going to try and shake Jost and like pull her away. To the
Okay.
side.
That sounds good. I'm gonna have you make a. That's gonna be a strength plus composure check. That's what we'll call that, and that is if you have medicine, moving a body, we'll call it that. If you have athletics, it'll also work.
I do not.
Okay. And Thag, what are you doing?
Let me make sure I understand this correctly. Jast has just gone down.
Yeah, down. The spear Jas is holding is on the ground next to her.
Okay, so it's not still hanging in the bear's body. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna slide over to Jast and snatch up that spear and jam it in the bear again.
All right, so here's what I want you to do for that one. That is going to be a coordination plus. We're going to call it reaction. You're trying to quickly grab something. Coordination plus reaction weaponry on this attack. For your ability to dive in, grab, and stab in a single kind of motion or action.
So cool.
He just took what I was planning on doing. So
You go ahead of him in the order.
Yeah.
You know that that's what Thag is going to do. You may
Right.
act accordingly.
So is what I plan on doing then is I'm dropping my drums. I'm gonna go over to where the spear is, and in a little prayer, I'm gonna pick the spear up and toss it to Thag as he comes in attempt to give him some extra momentum coming in at the bear.
Okay, that actually
So cool.
that is going to be. We're going to call that coordination plus metal. You're going to be running towards this bear to grab it. Coordination plus metal, and I'm going to have you toss it up to him. If he has a success on this to aid you, Thag, then
Mhm.
you are going to gain. Basically, if he succeeds in this, you're going to get aided. If he catastrophically fails this, he's going to probably ruin your day. So, the bear, however,
Not
is,
first time.
the bear, however, has taken eye on Thag and is going to be attacking you this time. Now that
You said what was my role?
Coronal flash.
that is going to be a coordination plus
Metal, you said. Okay.
metals.
And I don't get to use anything.
No, I'm sorry. Do composure, same as Thag. Coordination plus composure, because you're kind of doing the same situation
Okay.
here. We'll call this weaponry.
Okay, I don't have that. So okay.
Or athletics.
Yeah, okay, no. Because I've got covert, nature, and occult.
Okay, so I've got to now downgrade all of my dice because of this coronal flash.
And that adds what?
Basically, it removes his d8s on his skill.
Yeah,
So
but
he's
that's a
not.
minute, right?
Yeah, it adds a minute to your clock to use. Yes.
Okay. So I'm back up to 6. So now I have an additional distress dice.
Oh my god! I rolled 5 ones.
Ah!
And I'm okay with this.
You are.
We
my
all
reasons.
are okay with this.
5 ones made it a 0 too.
I'm,
Like I had 5 successes.
I'm glad I got in that really good stab in the beginning before getting my.
You
throat
really
ripped
did.
a
So
little.
Yeah,
basically,
seriously.
Thag, you still need to make a coordination plus reaction. You've kind of like dropped you're dropping your spear to run off the other one. So coordination reaction to dodge the 0 attack hit.
Okay. Hold on a second. I have to adjust back down
You got it.
to that. So coordination plus what?
Reaction.
Reaction.
You have weaponry, I believe.
I do.
So you get d8s on the reaction.
Okay. switch that up. Hold on 1 second. I think something's not right there. Reaction. Okay, no, that is definitely right. I only have one reaction. So that coordination reaction. Why is it not showing? There it is. But something's not right. Let me clear. Okay, so coordination, reaction, and then distress
dice. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
That is
2 distress dice. I'm at -1. I want to.
You are
I
negative
I want to
2.
make a reroll.
You have no successes and 2
Yeah.
ones, so you're at -2.
Well,
You
0
can,
is an integer, so
yeah.
Yeah.
You could spend
6 seconds.
6 seconds to not ignore all of those distress dice and also have a 0.
that puts me at an additional minute.
Uh-huh.
And okay,
Okay, so you both had a 0. Its swipe on you only does 2 damage.
oh, that's still gonna hurt.
How close are you to death?
I'm at 50% now.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, I lost 50% of what I had left. So
Oh, well then. What was your roll?
Okay, let's see. Well, see, now none of my distress dice came up. I'm gonna spend 4 seconds to re-roll all those, and that actually puts me up at 12 minutes.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You've rolled over to the second hour. After this round is over, I'll say what happens.
Okay.
But re-roll your... What are you re-rolling?
And then I'm gonna spend 2 more seconds to re-roll 2 of these dice. Come on, at least give me 1. So I got net 0 across the board.
It's a complicated success. You add nothing to Thag's roll. You do what you're trying to do sloppily. You kind of grab it, and what you thought you were going to do was this kind of finesse toss up to Thag, but in so doing, you sort of trip and look very embarrassing as doing so. The spear comes up wobbly. Thag, what'd you get?
here we go. 1, 2. Oh wait, why did it just do that? It just did it again.
It must have been lagging out. You got 2. That's what I saw.
Yeah, 2. Well, it showed like 4 again, and then it just re-rolls. Like
Yeah.
I hit roll, it shows all these numbers, and then it re-rolls it again. Weird.
I think your input might be lagging. It's hitting it twice. But either way, you did get 2 successes there, plus the additional one Ung gave you last round. No, you
3
already took that one. I'm sorry.
success.
It's 2 successes. But not that it matters, because I think that it is 2, because he gave it to you last round. That was my bad.
Oh,
Strength reaction with shitloads of distress dice is 1, and you do it. All right. So after this like awkward flipping, you kind of like grab the spear. It bounces for a second, but you're able to kind of grab it in both hands really quickly, or not both hands. You only have one hand right now, so you're able to grab it in one hand and almost like laying on your shoulder for a second, but you're able to jab up and directly into this thing's chest. And he just sort of like stops moving and falls. And let me read what happens. The creature falls to the ground, and he begins to attempt to scramble back to its feet. The ice covering its fur and body are melting into water, creating a small puddle around its thrashing form. You've pulled yourself away from this, just reflexively. It pulls itself to its knees, and the spear in your hand lunges forward again without waiting for the wielder, plunging itself directly into the creature's heart. The beast slides off the end of the spear, falls on its back. As it does so, a beam of light can be seen shining directly from above. The darkened clouds swirling above and pelting the ground with ice and snow have begun to disappear. And everything goes quiet. Just for a moment. It's not moving. It is dead. The ice around it melting, dripping in kind of a way. And you hear a roar from behind you from all of the other folk that were standing there with the thing. They are cheering, rattling, more emotion than more emotion than you've seen them like show so far. And after a few moments, your tribal leader breaks herself away from the altar and comes to embrace you in a big hug. Jast, you stand. Yeah, Jast, you your eyes open to Lucara. who is giving you medical attention. As this thing dies, Tressa, regardless of your role, you two were able to pull her out and kind of start to attend to the wounds of Jast. Jast, you wake up. You can't feel your left arm at all. You have no feeling from like the top of your shoulder down, but you've got kind of your arm pinned up and pulled. You're in a whole lot of pain, but you are up with one hit point. So your people begin to break themselves free from the melting ice. What do you do?
Is there anything that happens with me hitting my second hour?
Oh, that's right. You are basically now at 0 distress dice.
Yep.
You have a moment of just sort of, it's almost this moment of like acceptance that this is just how shit's going to be for just a moment. And you push yourself forward just a little bit. You now get 2 points to add anywhere to your character sheet. That's what happens at hour 2. Those points can be used to purchase an additional aptitude or specialization as well.
Okay.
At 3rd hour, you would gain a new manifestation. 4th hour, you get 4 points. 5th hour manifestation, 6th hour, 6 points, so on and so forth until you hit midnight and all the crazy shit happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but that is what you get. So you are now standing around cheering tribes people. The other folk are now assisting your people from getting out of the ice, pulling them and handing them back their clothing, and all of them look towards you, Thag, wielding the spear, and many of them bow their head in deference.
I look at Lucara and I say, "You family now. You stay with us." And then I hand the weapon to the chief.
The chieftain sort of like shakes her head and hands back and says, "You are now war leader, Thag. You shall lead us and protect our people."
Just war leader.
And kind of like looking around to Jas and says, "Omen from gods was you finishing this battle. Omen is you. Take mantle." And she hands it back to you.
Just become the reluctant elected war leader.
Yeah,
Congrats.
you are your deeds in this instance, and your deeds are that of Cave Bear Slayer. You're probably going to have some nicknames coming down here in the future, but as things are happening now, like you see that all of the people from the tribe from above are kind of walking down and looking down on this thing, and the cheer kind of erupts from everybody. Their skin,
Hoist the spear. Hoist it up.
yeah, you hoist it in this beam of light, and then the light just gets even brighter for everybody. You see the bluish mottled skin of the people who were frozen before begin to get life back in it the same way their war leader did when he was killed by the spear, and they all begin to cheer as well. Great laughter and stuff is coming up. However, after a few moments of revelry, you start to hear breaking and cracking from around you. Heat and light that's coming off from the sun above are starting to break the ice, and you are going to need to escape this area.
Time to go.
Before I do anything else, I'm planting the seed in the corpse of the bear.
I was just gonna ask that, yeah, because I know that's what we talked about last week.
Yes, you need the heart. Now, something your vision, Lucra, is you took this seed inside the heart, and you planted it in a valley specifically.
Oh, so I've got to get the heart out of the bear.
Yeah, you've got to pull the heart out of the bear. So anyone who can help you with this may, but you're going to have to make a coordination. I'm going to call it composure because the whole world's coming down around you with nature.
So actually, I would like to help him and use my lucky privilege to have a phenomenal success on this.
Ung sees you like about to start carving the heart out, knowing what you're trying to do, grabs your knife and just perfectly carves out the heart of this thing, tossing it up to you. The heart you see is half split in two from where the spear has hit it, and it almost seems like the perfect size for the seed to fit inside.
Friend, let's run now.
And you do. People, everybody there, other kin and same kin, or other folk and same folk, are definitely all running together. Some of the other folk, the ones from this tribe, are grabbing items and things as they're rushing up, but they are still rushing up, grabbing what they can carry. A lot of food and clothing. They are starting to show signs of being cold, standing on all of this ice. But as you make your way all the way back up to the top, you as you run back up to the top, crossing through the threshold where those two massive mastodon-like skulls are hanging, you feel a warmth from the sun that you have never felt before. Above you, the sky is nothing but blue clouds and bright, and all around you, you can feel the sun beating against the ice around you. The little areas of sparse tree, you're starting to hear cracks of ice popping off of them as you make your way home, or as you get back to the top. Everybody gathers at the top, and around you are sitting almost 200 different people, your own tribe and the two intermixed tribes of the Bear Clan. And the tribal leader comes to you and says, "What should we do with the others?" Just asking the opinion of your group.
We are
help
stronger
rebuild.
together.
Help rebuild.
Yes.
She agrees, and she says, "If this is your choice, it is the choice that we should make." And she heads back and starts talking to whatever the leadership, de facto leadership is of these other groups. And they embrace warmly, and all of you return home.
Before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
I would actually like to approach Lucara. Friend, you family now. Hopefully ancestors help. And I want to say a little prayer to the ancestors to maybe help remove the markings on his forehead.
So before he starts the prayer, I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "Your words mean much to me, but this is a decision that I believe Jast has to make."
Or Thag. Well,
Or
Thag
Thag.
already made the decision. You're part of the crew now, if you wanted to be.
Yeah,
That's what he said at the
Thag is
bottom
the
of
new
the
leader.
Oh, he's the leader. He's the one who ended up as leader.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he wound up stabbing, so he's like the war leader.
Right.
He made the overture that you're family now.
Okay.
So like,
In that case, so I still put my hand on his shoulder and I pull the mask off and I let him see the markings. And I say,
add him in them.
Yep.
"I have spent many, many nights alone. I would be very happy to find solace in a tribe once more. But there are reasons that these things were carved upon me. Are you sure you want to be a part of this?"
We'll let the ancestors decide.
Then if your ancestors decide, they will become my ancestors too.
Okay. So you are heading back to your home. It takes a little longer to get there from here than it did before because there's a lot
Muddy
of you
now.
that you have to deal with, but it's also muddy. But you notice that the more you move, the less the tundra is starting to give way to like little patches of brown and things underneath it, vegetation underneath it, or dead vegetation underneath it. You get closer. You also notice that on your way back, game is plentiful. You are able to hunt more than you have seen in ages, as things are starting to come out in the heat of the sun in a way that they did not before. And once you return home with your group, you have returned home with enough food for your people for quite some time, and hopes that hunting will stay this way for quite some time.
Let's go find Valley. Seed.
Yeah, so you get back to the valley in which you are living, and you notice as you get there, things are already a little bit different. The sun, you get home just as the sun is at its peak, still beating down at heats that you are not comfortable, or not even really comfortable with. It's kind of odd to get a hold of it, but still, like, you don't want it any other way at this point. As you see the ice melting away, and for the first time, you see portions of your forested area that have no snow or ice whatsoever on some of the edges of the mountains as you get back towards um, the valley. And in the center of the valley, where usually there's just a covering of ice other than certain types of year, there is a massive rushing river of just like flowing water heading away from you in the valley from all of the ice that has been melted. And you have returned. What do you decide to do now?
I first start cleaning up the um I'll take myself and then the other god speaker and start interning the bodies um and enlisting like as many able-bodied people as possible and start holding rituals and cleaning up the area of the head of the tribe's cave first,
Okay.
obviously, and then moving outward.
Are you going with Trasa on that one? Try to get everything set back up, or?
So I was actually gonna go with Lucara to try to find the place to bury this heart.
Okay, so I'll get to you last on this.
Okay.
Jast, what are you doing once you return home?
It's like any remaining god speakers, by the way, like
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just ours, but like any remaining.
Would the paralyzed arm prevent her from hunting, or would she still be able to do that?
You're not able to load an atlatl anymore. It's kind of you can't really do that with one arm efficiently, though. You are able to still wield a spear and are able to take small game. You just know that you're never going to be the same as you were before. And Thag, what do you do once you return?
Thag one arm. He take over tribe. First, disperse living areas for new people and build. Second, send Ong on Lucara on quest to plant seed.
Okay. And Ung and Lucra.
Take care of people.
Yes. Excellent. All right. And Ung and Lucra, you are you head down deeper into the valley where you, for the first time, notice patches of green that you have never seen before. Strangely, it seems to grow greener and brighter as you walk by, with Lucra holding the seed in his hand. And the vine itself on the top of the seed is reaching. It's almost like a dowsing rod pointing you which way to go, Lucra. But finally, you get to a not far from the river, a break of ground that is just brown and looks like it is. You don't know really how soil should be, but you feel that this is the soil it should be in. The seed reacts to it. The two of you take your time planting it, and once you do, as you place it in there, the vine wraps its like its little vininess around your left arm as you're setting it in there, Lucra, almost as if saying farewell as you tuck it into the dirt. And you each your tribe, and within a day, green starts to grow here. Your tribe, over the course of your lives, grows exponentially. The entire valley becomes settled by numerous peoples who have come here. It has become a place where you have trees that are fruiting, constant game to eat. You grow healthy and strong. Under the direction of Thag and your tribe mother, as it would be called at this point, you are able to expand your living spaces, and for everybody that has come and continue to expand throughout the entire valley. Jast, you live a life of relative, like, you've got kind of a hero worship thing now. You spend most of your time training young hunters in the way of going out and doing their thing. And Trassa, you have successfully, like, reconsecrated the holy ground of your ancestors, and have been your people benefit for ages. Each of you dying rather comfortably, considered, in your beds are at home with families all around you.
Yay!
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 So
The end.
does Lucara's
Oh, by the way, the entire valley. Yeah, so the plant continues to grow. Eventually, towards the end of your life, no one ever goes to the point where the seed was planted, but the green from where it comes out stretches all over the valley, and you are able to, you're able to do this thing that you like to call agriculture or farming. You're planting things, you're growing things, you're reaping things that you grow. You're maintaining trees for food forests and things that you've never been able to do before. Making gatherers an extremely important part of this under Thag's leadership, naturally,
Of course.
understanding the gathering way.
does Lucara lose his outcast symbology?
Never loses his outcast symbology. However, it does, as he aged, become less and less pronounced. And there have been, at some point, if Lucara agrees to it, there is a sort of another scarification that is offered to be done to sort of black out like what was done before.
It hurts.
Yeah, definitely.
Right on.
Definitely.
Okay.
And congratulations, everybody. You ended the Ice Age.
We survived.
And you have also created the first Creeping Heart. And for those of you that have played Avery Main, know
Oh
what
my
that is.
God.
I don't know what that is.
I do.
Yeah.
Yep. We just did that. Well,
Why?
I did it.
Your people basically exist and create the first they're known as a sun cult. They worship specifically the sun for the remainder of their existence. And are kind of the where that's a popular thing amongst all early hominids of any sort. You have created almost the first real codified like religion around it with your own traditions and things specifically to worship the passing of the sun. Great feasts in the middle of the summer and things like that. Winter still comes around, and you have normal seasons now, but it's never like it was. So
as like an extra thing, I propose that like as part of the winter rituals, we reenact the fight against the bear.
that's done. Yeah, that's a part of your tradition now.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody enjoyed that. That is the alpha build of my Midnight in the Ice Age here. That I thank you all for playing it, because I was able to take some pretty great notes, and I feel like shore it up for a good. I've got a lot of good ways I can go to add some stuff to it. I would. So what did everybody think? Anybody have any questions, concerns, anything you'd like to say? Starting with, we'll go with Thag.
Hi, I'm Thag. Now, read Warrior Streak, the producer on the Games Tavern, as well as the Dungeon Master on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction on the Games Tavern. So you can find me at Warrior Streak on all social media, or at the Games Tavern on social media.
Tressa.
Wait, what are we doing?
Kind of a sign off and sort of a
Okay.
and then we're gonna do some questions from the audience if they have them and stuff like that, or if we want to talk more. But we're gonna do a quick letting everybody know who they are.
Again, I'm Raven, also known as Arania Stars. Come see me at Arania Stars on Twitch. I'm also Arania Stars on Twitter. I typically update there when I am going live. I love the Midnight World. I've loved it since I played it first, like in my living room in a small ass fucking apartment. Like it was like this is literally one of my favorite tabletop RPGs, and I can't wait for everyone else to be able to enjoy it too. And that's me.
Ung.
I've been Ung, one of the God Speaker drum players. You can find me at Unstable Dragon X on Twitter. You can also catch me every Wednesday where I DM the show Dirty Deeds over at the Games Tavern, where we explore the world of Everon. And we're actually approaching our 1 year of streaming that campaign. Next week is our 1 year anniversary, so looking forward to it.
Jest.
I'm Pixie. I play Just. I don't have anything to plug, but I do hope everybody watching has a very good evening.
And my brother from another mother. Oh, Lucara.
Do I have anything to plug?
I wonder.
So let me just start by saying that again, I'm blown away by the support that my silly little game has received. I'm glad that you guys are having a good time. You can find me at the Midnight World on Twitter, though I very rarely use it because I'm a Luddite. We have a Midnight World Facebook page. We do have a Midnight World website, www.themidnightworld.com. It's a little bit behind right now. We're in the process of updating it. Next week, Gavin has been so kind as to decide to take a break, and I will be running a game of the Midnight World. And I originally was going to run a very specific story, but taking a look at it, I actually think I'm going to run the Black, which is sort of the game that made me realize when I wrote it that I needed to write my own game system. So let's see what you guys think of it.
I have not played the Black yet, so I am
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be playing
That
in that
sounds
game.
like fun.
We will be introducing the Black to the world on that one.
Will be.
Yes, definitely. So we will have a very special next week with James taking the reins of director in the Midnight World. And this whole, we only had one major technical issue with this. It seemed to work fine after that. It's just a moment of and in all honesty, I've dealt with stuff like Roll20, and just one crash is probably about average for that one too. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not-
pretty happy with what I've experienced on
yeah,
this
it's
application. Not
yeah,
gonna
it's doing
lie.
pretty well. I'm excited to see the full release of this. We're playing everybody on playroll.com. We do have character sheets for the Midnight World on that if you wish to check it out. Does anyone in the chat have any questions or anything they would like to answer? Any comments or any of that stuff? And again, to everybody here who played, we have a few more minutes to before we sign off?
I do.
We have raised
Yeah, we did.
$200 today.
I
Holy
have
crap.
something I would like to add, and that's to be sure and thank your production tech,
Oh,
Izzy,
definitely.
for the fine
Izzy.
job she did. running
Izzy
the
is
background.
Izzy, our production tech in the background, handling all the business here. We had to thank Izzy. She does the work and puts us through this every single week, mainly so that I don't have to, and I don't know how to thank her enough for that.
Izzy, if you get an opportunity, I'm probably going to stick with Roll20, or Playroll next week. Just hit me up on the Discord channel about whether or not you think that's a good idea or not. If this was a nightmare for you, we'll move on.
We are, and also due to a donation from Cheese Cat, since we have hit we hit a $75 goal a while ago. I didn't notice this message until now. There is a 16 by 20 spooky art piece for giveaway on wood that we are going to be giving away next week on, unless we want to do it for this evening. I'm not sure. Let me talk to Kat here. It's for tonight. We got it. Okay, so everybody should do ! ticket so you can get your tickets to win this really nifty art piece we've got. That's kind of a spooky thing that I don't know why it makes me think of made me think immediately of like Avery May, but it's just not. I don't know. There's some spooky shit going on here. I'm gonna write a game about it.
Hold on, I gotta ask.
You're gonna write again.
What do you mean new language to help you through your challenges IRL?
Oh yeah, Cheese Cat definitely has some cool stuff on it. So please elaborate. For
I need
James Cheese.
elaboration on that.
James needs it badly.
I need it badly.
Okay, we're drawing two winners right now. Izzy is working on this for us.
Because Izzy rocks.
Izzy rocks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Stream of many things. Congratulations on winning the art.
Shadows Fairy won the stickers.
Hey.
Nice.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you for everybody for
But I will
coming.
find a good home for these.
This is the biggest night of donations that we have had on the Midnight World by far. Like, we've shattered our record, and I want to thank everybody for donating, because stuff like this does go to a good cause. I actually I haven't sent last week's yet, so they're gonna get a pretty big chunk this week. So
Look, I am all for amazing causes, and especially this one in particular.
So yeah,
I
we
definitely
will.
love
Yeah,
it.
it will be going to aid trans youth basically around the country at this point. Because originally it was Texas, but now it's like everywhere.
Now it's just everywhere.
So we're gonna it's gonna go towards that. And I will next week I'll give like a list of stuff I need to places that people can donate individually as I come up with them. But James, she says, I use tons of language from the game to help describe my anxiety and PTSD reactions to my colleagues sometimes. I was able to tell my boss I had max distress dice and got a cat fail. And when I was given additional grace and understanding.
Yes. Okay. So that's actually one of my favorite things about tabletop RPGs and nerddom in general is that it gives a lot of people, especially like neurodivergents, some really seriously solid language to describe their experiences to people in ways that they can actually understand. Because sometimes people don't sometimes there's always a disconnect between like definitions, but tabletop RPG can really provide like agreed upon definitions and feelings and things like that so that we understand each other better. So like that's actually really awesome, Kat.
So one of the primary reasons that my brother and I started developing this game is because we both suffer anxiety disorder and PTSD, and we had a lot of trouble after our experiences in combat to come back and try to describe to our family members what was going on with us. So when we developed this mechanic, the mechanic that became Distress Dice, which as you might imagine has gone through about 10,000 revisions, but the core heart of it was that we wanted players to be able to have a language with which to express to their loved ones, see, this is kind of what it feels like. So to hear people say that we have had our intended effect, I wish Jim was here right now. I'm gonna tell him this, and he's gonna cry like a baby.
Yeah, I miss Jim. That's kind of been a universal feedback that I've gotten from everybody. Primarily, what I like most about it is it's not like, oh, you're insane now, game over. Right? Like, it's not this whole, like, there's a threshold for which you are no longer capable of rational thought. And people who get to that point where they've got 4 distress dice and 5 distress dice on their rolls seem to pick up, like, man, having a day can really just ruin the most mundane of things that you have to deal with. And I think it works mechanically very well, especially when you're rolling 5 distress dice on your main boss monster every
Which
single
I
roll.
was.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Ung was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace it. Yeah, I'm rolling it.
Yep.
The 3 dice and then almost got your head bit off.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Kat, I don't know where you live, but you're welcome to have lunch with us. I mean, like, where do you live?
Yeah.
If you live in like Pennsylvania, I'm not doing that. But I live in Atlanta. You can have lunch with us.
We're in DC.
I actually do drive through DC about 10 times a year, so maybe we could set something up.
Oh, dude, totally.
Yeah.
Totally set it up.
yeah, I am in Durham, North Carolina. So
You're in Oregon? Let's have a Discord lunch then.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, honestly, okay, so like actually though, like
Yeah.
Discord lunches and dinners have sustained me throughout this pandemic.
Message my friends.
You just eat like pine cones dipped in honey in Oregon? Like that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, it's just well, it's maple syrup, James.
Canada, man.
Oregon-
Wait, it's
Oregon
Vermont.
people are real
No, get-
people.
Oregon still has maple
There,
syrup.
there
Yeah,
was a
but-
long
Okay,
trail
fair.
to get there. You might remember it, Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
It was.
You know, you have dysentery. Those things that happened in that game over and over again. You know, you're
Yeah,
hunting
Did they
buffalo.
get dysentery because they were eating pine cones covered in honey?
I'll be right back, y'all.
I imagine that's probably what would happen.
And I will tell you that Vermont is the only place real maple syrup
Salmon.
comes from.
Salmon.
Everywhere else, it's fake.
I don't
No.
know.
You are in the real world that we live in right now.
There are more
Oh, yeah.
states around that area, though.
You are
Like
getting on the
it's a
public
Northeast
internet.
thing, but like the Northeast isn't just Vermont.
Those are fighting words in Canada.
You're
I'll tell you right
saying
now.
Canada
Go to
doesn't
Montreal.
produce maple syrup?
I grew up in Vermont. That is the only true maple syrup. I'm sorry.
If Canada had special forces, they would be repelling into your house right now.
Yeah, but the Mounties are on their way.
They're on
right
their
now.
way. It's gonna take a while, several horses.
And they're going to apologize to everyone and be very polite the whole way down.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, have you
Yeah.
seen this boy? Don't you know?
mhm.
Oh,
Sorry.
this Minnesota nice.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
All
turned
right.
into Bobby's mom from Bobby's World, but that's what happened.
Oh, okay. So yeah, everybody, I think that's unless anyone has anything else to add, I think we're about ready to sign off here.
Close us out.
What?
So please make sure to tune in tomorrow on the compound for Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated with the Nat 30s. And again, thank you to Izzy for handling the tech stuff. And everyone have a great night, and we'll see you next Midnight Monday.